All right, all right, all right, all right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah. Coming this Sabbath morning with a short message before I go out. Most likely I won't be on live this evening. I'm just coming on this morning because I am kind of breaking my Sabbath, going to a funeral. But yet, again, when you say that the church are within, don't think that the Sabbath don't start within. It's not the day, okay? That's why a lot of people get it really confused. But if you're going to use the day as the Sabbath, you have to use it from within because the only way we serve the Most High is from within, not on the outside, but on the inside. So even though this is a Sabbath day, okay, don't mean Sabbath ain't with me. Okay. And I'm not with my Sabbath. Okay. So I'm just stepping out to go to my sister's funeral. And that is something I know that the Father would want me to do, not because I'm the dead burying the dead, is because before my sister passed away, the first thing he said to me, when I was out and about, he told me 8 times. And then the day prior, he told me 3 times, go see your sister, see your sister. So I'm just so grateful that he gave me that opportunity because I remember saying to him when he kept on me that Saturday, was that Saturday? I think that was that Saturday. But no, it wasn't a Saturday. It was a Friday. When he kept, I believe it was Friday. He kept saying, go see your sister, go see your sister. That day that he told me 8 times, let me tell you, nothing got in the way. Now, you got to understand, I ain't seen my sister in a couple of years, y'all. Okay. So I said to the Father, so what does this mean? Do this mean it's over? She's going to pass away? He said, yes. And the day after I went to see her, she died 2 days later. It was really, she died in that midnight hour. So we just say it's 2 days later. You see? But when I saw her, she was all perky. She wasn't on no machine. She was just doing good. You know, people do good just to say goodbye. Mm-hmm. That tends to be something that I learned even as I was younger coming up. I used to hear people say that they got well just to die. So the Father gave me that opportunity to at least see my sister that day. And when her husband walked in, he saw me there. He was so happy. And the last word the family said is that they so glad I got a chance to see my sister. You see, that's just how Sister Deborah is an individual that I'm about what y'all say that I'm about. I'm not so much as what man wants to make you to be. I got to stand firm because every word that I speak it up, not to say that it's all righteous, but the Father lives in me and speak through me. So I myself knows when I'm in wrong or in error in many ways. That's why I can tell people ain't nobody perfect. And let me not say nobody. I'm not perfect because we tend to say ain't nobody perfect. No one here have not seen. We need to put ourselves in the situation and just say it like it's us and not so much as all the time wanting people to put everybody in it. So me myself, the Father ain't never told me it was going to be easy. He never told me that I was perfect. I was sinless. No, no, no. So I'm not going to stand here and tell you that I am perfect and I'm sinless. The world tends to put that on individuals because they feel that individuals who has these platforms that are pastors, bishop, priests, pope. Look at millions of people bow down to the Pope, kissing his feet and holding their Bible in their left hand and kissing his feet with their right hand, holding his feet with their right hand and kissing it. So what is that saying? That's showing you that they not reading at all, because I'm sure the instruction told them they're not supposed to bow down to no other God, at least but it don't matter what it says. That's why I say a lot of times, even when he told Satan to keep the light on, keeping the light on don't mean it's for those in the world. It's for keeping the light on for those that's in spirit and truth, those that's in the light, those that he reside in. Keep that light on so that they can see, even in their flesh, they can see what you really about. They can see what this world is about. That's what keeping the light on is about. So Sister Deborah's on her way to a funeral of her youngest sister, my youngest sister, and they put her on a dress, and this looks red, but it's really maroon, and it looks red because of the light. And so this is what I decided to put on to blend in with the color that they asked everyone to kind of blend in, family, only the family. And Sister Deborah is already, I'll be leaving out probably in the next hour. But before I leave, I wanted to leave you all a message here, because yesterday and today, the Father been pouring out so much into Sister Deborah, especially with Sister Deborah detached herself to water. It's just something about that water that the Father feel he can speak through me in the midst of water. And I said that I was going to do a video before I leave. Being so, I'm already entering into my Sabbath, but I'm grateful that the Father is allowing me to understand that my Sabbath is in me. Like the church is in us, Yah is in us, the Sabbath rests in me. And he knows throughout the day, my mind has always stayed on him. I'm seeing what the Father has said unto me. Everything is so clear. It's not blurry at all what he speak about and what he has shown me and continue to show me. He was telling me about how the falling away has already took place. The separation for the tare and the wheat has already taken place. Every parable is firmly fulfilled. That's scary. Every parable is firmly fulfilled. So when he speaks of the 10 virgins, guess what? The 5 already been left, and the other 5 already been taken in him. You see, I'm telling y'all, the Father is saying the parables has fully been completed. So he also shared with me, you're going to start seeing what you're seeing. And I'm like, okay, you're seeing people even speaking falling away. You're seeing people even speaking, what is that? He said, where you cross between you, what word was that? He said, straddling the fence. He didn't say straddle the fence, but it was a word he used that has to do with, you can see them already on the fence, still undecided. Should I get on the left side or should I get on the right? Well, I'm so undecided, but it's over, baby. We're in that day that it ain't up to you to decide. I know it. All this time you thought you was on the right side. But now that the Father has rightly divided everything in the order in which it stands, right this day, I have suffered you all this month, and not now one of you all would have knew the suffering that I endure. Because I had to learn what it means that he separate the tare and the wheat. They are distanced from each other. Now it's time for the rumble, for the two to rumble with each other. It is time for nation to be nation against nation and kingdom against kingdom. But see, you all are not ready for that until the world tell you that's what's going on. When they begin to put on all these platforms and all on the media telling you, oh, racial war and all that, then you will believe it. But then you don't understand. You're not in there. You're out of there. That's why you believe it. You believe it says it. You believe in these on YouTube tell you, or these on the news and the Facebooks and all of them. You it always something going on now. But the Father wants you to know it was already told to you. It was already told. But if your truth is not activated and he ain't in your truth and you in here, that's why you still looking for that great white hope. There are people looking for that great white hope in their living. All because there's no hope in them at all. Because they think it's something they got to gain themselves. Their true trust never been in the Father. That's why they spraddle in the fence, think it's time to ride on the fence until they decide, should I go left or should I go right? Should I go up or should I go down? It's too late, baby. If you confuse this day, if you confuse which side you on, and you confuse with who he is and who he was and who he's going to be, you just need to pull over. Stop. Take a breath. Breathe in and breathe out and go on your way. Because it's no, you don't have no more space. Because you never had space like you thought you had. Here it is. I done suffered a whole month with chaos, endurance, long suffering, feeling this thing just in a way to not even want to be here on this earth. That's how bad it has been for me. But you think it stopped me from still speaking spirit and truth in the light? It kind of made me slow down. But Sister Deborah going to pick up and I'm going to run even harder. Because it ain't time for you to slow down, baby. It's time for you to keep it up. Because you almost at the finish line. You see what I'm saying? So there are things that are being done. Things that are being said. And I'm like saying now, if the world is saying it, what is it that they don't understand when you sending your servants, Father? They don't. You all truly think this is your choice to really be on here listening to Sister Deborah. And anybody that's questioning, should they be here or there or over here, take your tail somewhere and sit down and get off of this page. Because this page ain't never been one that divides you in half or even give your the mindset that you should be on this side. Oh, well, maybe I should be on that side, or what side should I be on? This has never been the page. This page only served one side. So if you still undecided, you don't know if you should be on the right or the left. And many times I spoke to you all that he said he didn't brought the principality now on the earth. He said, what was that word? Men hearts shall fail them. Now one of you ever gave that a thought, did you? You know why? Because your heart never been in the right place. Because if it was in the right place, you shouldn't have to worry about your heart failing you. Because Yah has your heart in the center of his hand. You see? But people so in tune to the strength and the might and the power is in my hand. They in that self, how would I say it? Self, me, and mine. I have a choice. This is a free will. Free will in the flesh, people. What good is your free will in the flesh if you've been ordered in the spirit to be either born of the flesh or born of the spirit, born to serve darkness or born to serve light, born to be the serpent seed or born to be the spiritual seed? You tell me, what choice do you have in that when it's in your spirit? So your choice, like I keep telling y'all, is in that flesh where you need to use the bathroom. Get your tail on in there and use it and sit down. But anything outside of that, you really don't have no other choice. So pretty much everybody is right now, right this very day, walking in their eternal destiny, and they have no idea. And guess what? Even if they knew, they wouldn't care, because they think it's in their power to choose the left side or the right. People who still trying to choose, trying to find their way, you're lost. And your way is not going to be found, because you're thinking that the way to Yah is determined by your choice and your way. All these 8 years, Sister Deborah been on here teaching you, letting you know your way is his way. He predestined, ordained, and foreknew you before the foundation of the world. Let me take it. Eight years speaking, teaching that, and you ain't got it yet, you're lost. That's why I said many people can speak, teach, and preach. Many people can say, I understand, I'm the spirit and truth, I got the light, I'm full of the Holy Spirit, I know I got the Holy Spirit. They can talk all out their rectum, which is their mouth. But until they're able to speak out of their mouth spirit and truth, you ain't talking nothing but mess out of your mouth. Now, there is something that's so in the world that I'm like saying, you mean these people getting it? Yes, they getting it, Deborah, because they scared. But not scared enough to walk in what's right. Sister Deborah message has not been for the fear in the flesh. If her messages for the last 8 years put you in fear in the flesh, it's because you're born of the flesh. If Sister Deborah message caused you to recognize fear in your spirit, it's because that's one of Yah's brands. Fear. This is what he meant when he said the spirit of fear. Because the word itself is a two-edged sword. Who wouldn't be fearful in their spirit of a sword that is two-edged? You can't see it coming and you can't see it going. I'll be fearful of that in my inner man and in my outer. Why? Because I'm fearful. I'm branded with fear of the Most High Yah fear that has been branded in me, and it causes me to bring not my flesh, but my spirit in alignment with him. That's what those brands were for, to keep reminding us to line up with what is greater in us than what's on the outside of us. That's what the brands were branded on our spirit for. So if people now in this day still on the fence trying to figure out what side, you know why? Because you need to get on that worldly side and stay your tail over there. I already seen I ain't gonna just seen it. I'm seeing it being bagged out. But when I was all this month, I was in torment, and I was in the fire, and I can already say to you, I can feel myself fully coming out. But I couldn't have said that a couple of weeks ago, a week ago, 3 weeks ago. Oh no, I couldn't have said that. Even before my sister passed away, I was and I'm still in it, because it's the day in which we are in that Sister Deborah is not denying. It's the day that we are in that cannot be denied. And this is what people are ignoring and denying. But like I explained to you, the more you accept it in your spirit, the more you get the victory in your flesh. A lot of people don't want that. And the reason why they don't want that is because they are born of the spirit. They are born of the flesh. That means their spirit comes down to serve their flesh. They are born as the serpent seed. They are born to serve darkness. Where cunning and craftiness in darkness is when they use good to try to hide their evil and their dark side of who they are. But I say unto you, I'm grateful for the Father being such an awesome, excellent, perfect teacher that he has been to me. I don't know what he been to you, but I say what he has been to me. I give him glory and honor and praise. And I'm sitting here talking to you all thinking about how hurt I am. And I shouldn't let that get in fear. That shouldn't even get in the way of my message, but it just hurt how my family think that I'm going to be here serving them until I sleep. I mean, they don't see no worth outside of wanting to use. I'm not worth anything unless they can use me. You see, I am so fed up with being there for them thinking. Now, let me give you an example. No, I don't even want to go there. I can't go there right now, not today. But sitting here talking to you and just sitting back thinking that the expectations in their mindset that I'm not going to leave, I'm not going to move, I'm going to always be here to make sure they okay. There are times that I even felt if you just take me away from them, I mean dead, die, to let them get a little something what it's like to not have me around. That's a bad way of thinking and a bad way of feeling, but I'm going to have to really do something about this because it's kind of out of hand. And I think I need me myself to do what is in me to do and let the Father lead and guide me because this is getting strictly out of control. Strictly out of control. Out of total control, you guys. Here it is, a funeral today. Father, let me get on with this lesson so I can get out of here because I have to go on out. And if I get into this conversation, it's no need to be talking to brick walls about what's going on. Y'all has brought me a mighty long ways in this last month. And like I said, and to you all, I realized that there has never been where Sister Deborah has been taken care of. And I'm grateful because it's always Yah. It's what he's doing. Because it's always like I can't see nobody seeing to it that I'm okay outside of the Most High Yah. Outside of that, and then am I grateful? Yes. But he did not put me here to serve the world. And to see that the work of what he has invested in me and him being greater in me is only to serve the world who cannot and have the hate for me. But yet I'm like, no, even here on this devil platform, in the last 2 years, people have came and gone for two reasons. two major reasons. And they have no idea that they did not escape anything. They was going in the area of where they needed to go, where they are predestined. Okay, so this is what has happened. I sit back and I see two ways: spirit and truth and the light. Because darkness will sit around until it can't take no more spirit and truth nor light. Because to be able to handle spirit and truth and the light, the church of who the Father is has to be in them. They have to be solid on a rock, on that rock, which is a solid foundation. And the church there will be built on a solid rock. That means no one ever understood that means unmovable. See, the people didn't know that. That's what it represents. See, not going in and out and in, up and down. You know, when I'm in the on the left, I'm on the right. Now I'm in the middle. Don't know if it's this way or that way. And they still fighting the same battles since the day they walked in. Listen to Sister Deborah. That means they already has chosen. Those same battles they are fighting against ever since they followed Sister Deborah. To me, if you couldn't be able to, within 6 months to a year, to see which side you serve, am I on the left or am I on the right? 99.9 was always on the left. That's why they found elsewhere. Did Sister Deborah have a problem with that? No. What did Yeshua say? All that thy Father, all that thou hast given me, I have not lost one. People do not understand that when Yah has given spirits to follow you in what you are teaching and preaching, know that they are not yours, but they are his. You see, all that thou, look at the Son of Man. He's telling the Father on the throne that all that thou hast given me, the Son of Man, I have not lost one. He's telling the Father that you only gave me 12, and I have not lost the 12 in what I was predestined, ordained, and foreknew and come down to do. They received what he said, everything that the Father gave him, they received it. He spoke it to them. He fed them. He gave them spirit and truth. He showed the light. With that, Father, all that thou hast given me, I have not lost one in the mission in which you have called me. Did he have one in there that was lost? Yes. But why didn't he identify it? Because he's trying to show you and I that are in the light what you have given me to do. In these 12, I have fulfilled. I haven't lost none of them in your word, your spirit and truth, and your light. Were one lost from the kingdom? Yes. But you got to understand what he's saying. Teaching, revealing, showing the power. They weren't lost in that area. Same thing with Sister Deborah. Only one that would leave are those that shouldn't have been in the midst, no way. You see, that's how I look at it. So even if it's just that one, I'm good. I'm good to go. Because if you understood what one meant as far as the lost sheep or the prodigal son, you would understand those parables meant something in the level of the way heaven has created all things. You see? So a lot of you all really think that you're doing something because you feel you don't support Sister Deborah. And if you don't support Sister Deborah in the way Sister Deborah is said that, okay, you are to support, let me tell you, I know. You thinking the Father gonna come down from off his throne to charge you and say, well, you need to do. No, he ain't. He knows what you already have invested in you. And that is hate, a dark heart. He already knew that. A murmuring mindset. Always wants to speak negative, but yet you want to stand on the wall on the page. You want to sit up on the wall. I'm going to give you some things that was said to me this morning, this early morning. I'm on my way out to attend my sister's funeral. And I said I wanted to make sure I bring in a message. I'm so, Father, please forgive me for speaking and yet thinking of how they think that I'm going to always be here to serve them. But back to my topic. Let me get back into this here. Okay. What I notice is the world is warning. The world. The world is warning the world. The world is warning the world loudly that something is taking place. They know that something is taking place. And when I come on here telling y'all something is going on, many would take it very lightly. The whole YouTube wouldn't hear it. They only hear it when the world speaks it. And you got Europeans speaking all over the United States about all these issues that's actually taking place and that something is not right. Now you see the just of the Father. He's willing for them to be able to sense something is not right. But here Sister Deborah tried to instill this in those who are of the light in spirit and truth. I'm grateful for the fact that the Father say, Deborah, but you ain't, everybody on your page ain't spirit and truth. They ain't of the light. You got more hate, meaning the serpent seed, than you got the spiritual seed. Embrace that. It's okay. Because they feel if they straddle the fence, they in there anyway. No. So let you straddle the fence, because where we are at in this day, the Father's letting you stand your stupid tail right there. Okay? So you can stand your stupid tails right there, or go on over to where you need to be. There's millions on YouTube and Facebook for you to follow. Over on this end, the Father just wants you to know he already checked. You ain't who you think you are. Okay? So he said that they're warning, the world is warning the world that something is taking place. They are hooping and hollering very loud. He said, Deborah, they're speaking very loud that something ain't right. Something is coming. Something getting ready to happen. To me, when I hear that from the world, I'm like saying, Father, and those that are of spirit and truth and of the light, is sitting down like, hey, I'm already in there. It ain't nothing I should be saying. Yes, you're supposed to be speaking to the body of Hamashiach. And if Sister Deborah is speaking to the body of Hamashiach and you're on her page, you're supposed to support her speaking to the body of Hamashiach on your behalf. If we in there as a oneness, you are to support the one that's speaking spirit and truth in the light. Being so, you're not doing it. But you think people would do that? Because they're not of the light. They just in the midst. Every time, if y'all had one anointed and appointed, let's say if he had two anointed and appointed, let's say two of the witnesses that's present, they already here now, but there's two witnesses that's here, okay, that was said that would come. They here. Let's say them. Guess what? They're not going to have nobody in this world on their side. You see? Y'all don't even understand. And when you see that, when I understand that, I'm living that right now. I'm not expecting that to the point where the comforter had to teach me. Don't expect them to support you. Anybody that don't, they are not of me, because I sent thee. You representing me. You speaking, and if because he said they think that they above and beyond the Most High, because they can do it their way. They can feel it their way. They can understand it their way. They can comprehend it their way. Let them go their way. Speak the word that comes to pierce them. Because the word of Yah is a two-edged sword. It'll hit you one way or the other. Keep speaking spirit and truth in the light, that they too may be pierced by the sword itself. One side of the sword or the other. And then they shall go their way. I hear you. I hear you, Father. So he's telling me about how the world, especially what he was saying, that the Europeans are speaking loud, Deborah. They're warning people loudly that something is coming. Something is about to happen. There's something before us getting ready to happen. He said that they are speaking very loudly. So if the world is speaking loud, what do I supposed to be speaking? What do you supposed to be speaking? And like I say, if you're not speaking it, you are to support me speaking spirit and truth and the light. If you're not standing in the spiritual gap, you're supposed to support the one that is, if we are the same body. But there's two. There's a body of the flesh and there's a body of the spirit. And this is why you don't look for no one to all of a sudden support. Why? Because they're where they're supposed to be, Deborah. The tare has been separated from the wheat. So you know then if the tare didn't support when it was with the wheat, don't expect the tare to support while the separation has been completed. Makes a lot of sense. He just said that to me and I just spilled it right to you. Okay. But I still speaking to those that are spirit and truth. Those are with the light. Is it just that one? Yes, that one. Yah is not looking for no one else. Okay. So he was saying that the Europeans are speaking very loud because, he said they're speaking very loud of the warnings. They can sense the warnings, you guys. What's your problem? People are still trying to meditate on them personally. Me. I got to be here. I don't feel this way. I don't feel this way. And I need to know if I'm here. And no, you don't. You where you are really at. That's why you're battling. It's because you want to play the role. And it's not that you're playing the role with Sister Deborah. You're playing the role with yourself. because y'all already know who you assigned, which side you on. So you're not fooling Sister Deborah. You just making a fool out of yourself, going to and fro in this world, trying to figure out who you are. You know who you are. You know it. So stop thinking that you're pulling the wool over someone's eyes, and you're not. Okay. So he says that it's so loud, the voice of them that are warning, the Europeans are warning in this world that something is happening, something is getting ready to happen, something's coming, to where a 5-year-old child can comprehend. I like that, because what he's saying is this: the world is speaking regarding something coming and something happening, to where a 5-year-old child can comprehend that something's on its way. Do you know what that's saying to you all? That's running around here trying to make a decision. Am I for the left or am I for the right? All because you keep playing in the world, and the world playing in you, and you loving it, and now it makes you wonder which side I'm on. You know which side you on. Because if you still loving the ways of your flesh and the ways of this world, go on the side you know you belong on. Okay? And stop this monkey and playing. Who you think you're playing on? Okay? Now, everyone is speaking to someone. I like that. What the Spirit was saying to me this morning, everyone is speaking to someone. Okay? Everyone is speaking to someone. And what he means by that is, when he said to me that the world is giving the warning to the world that something's about to happen, everybody that's speaking in this world today, in the whole overall, are speaking to someone. The world loves its own, so it speaks to its own. Yah loves his small remnant, so he's speaking to his small remnant. Don't think that you can switch your seeds to be warning the world. And you ain't going to get the world to be warning y'all's seed. You're bent up and you're bent down. And you'll never be straight. Because if the Spirit had to come to me this morning and explain to me that everyone is speaking to someone, Deborah, that's beautiful. The way he's allowing it to be orchestrated is, it's no one just out here talking to themselves. And if they are, it's because they need to be talking to themselves, because that's where their mental state is at. But everyone is saying something to someone. The world is warning the world. The world is talking to the world. The world is showing up and showing out unto each other. But the Father wants you to know, don't sit around and look stupid on top of stupid, expecting his not to hear from his. And I love that, because it lets me know that all this yang, yang, yang that's out here, that's where I'm getting ready to have to go to. I'm going to a church house and have to listen to somebody who misled my family, my mother, my brother-in-law, my sister and them all these years on a fake calling that the Father called them to. And I'm going to have to sit amongst that. But see, I can sit anywhere. I can go anywhere. Why? That's what Yeshua was able to do. He can go anywhere. He went to that wedding feast. He can go anywhere he wanted. He took his disciples with him. He can go anywhere. We can go anywhere we want. Because we got something greater in us than anything or any place we enter therein. We the great one that's in it. Check. You see? That's why we can go anywhere. It ain't nowhere we can't go. It's a blessing in somewhat, because I think about how where I'm at is not where I want to be. But somewhere along the line, I'm sitting still. I want to hear from y'all because I don't want to be. 1 minute. 1 minute. What is it? What's wrong with that? Is what? Is what? Probably is. Yes. Take 4. Don't take no more medication today. Just take 4 of those. Oh, you already took it. Okay. Okay. You'll be okay. Go on and take the 4. You might not need to go. It's up to you. Okay. Bye. Oh, Father, your strength. Woo! Your strength. Okay. Now, what was beautiful about what the Father was telling me while I was in the water, everybody is speaking to someone. So don't estimate that when you hear chaos in the world, when you hear people supporting a lot of chaos, or people supporting wrong teaching and wrong preaching, or people who supporting those who are speaking spirit and truth, understand everybody speaking in the world is speaking to someone. Okay. So individual that will come to this page and hear this message, know that everyone is speaking to someone. Okay. It's just, who is that one you speaking to? Is it the serpent seed or is it the spiritual seed? I was up yesterday and I realized, I said, Father, I have to go from the beginning to the end. I have to go to Genesis to Revelation. He said, yeah. But Father, I can teach this without even going through all these verses. Yep, you can. And what I wanted to do is get into a lesson. I don't care. I wanted to take at least 3 hours to break down what is actually taking place right this very second, minute, hour, day, week, month, and year. What is actually taking place this second, this minute, this hour, this day, this week, this day, this week, this month, this year. Why is it taking place? And give the whole light of it. Because when it's all said and done, it's like unto the Spirit speaking to me in the water this morning. Everyone is speaking to someone. That means that speaking on the level of why things are the way that it is to the one that's are in the light, you got to understand this is the will of the Father. What is taking place in this world is the will of the Father. It's what he spoke of in Genesis. It's what he spoke to the prophet before the foundation of the world. There's 2. Everybody want to talk about the Lamb book of life, the lamb that was slaughtered before the foundation of the world. What purpose will a lamb be slaughtered before the foundation of the world? To bring all the hell-bound people back to eternal kingdom. No. You have to understand why that lamb was slaughtered. His mission was to come to get and redeem back those that are what? Written in what? The Lamb book of living. Now I can't say life, but eternal. So what he's saying is, I wanted to, and I did. I started from Genesis, y'all. I couldn't even get off of it. I didn't even know it was that much. I wanted to break down the serpent seed and the spiritual seed. I wanted to break down people who walk in the light and those who walk in darkness. I wanted to break down those that are born of the spirit and those that are born of the flesh. I really wanted to break the twos down in a way of where we at today, right this second, minute, hour, day, week, month, year. I wanted to break it down to those who are of the light so you can understand that this is what's going on and going to go on in your household. A lot of people thinking that if they are the light and they are spirit and truth, well, Yah has no reason not to make everything under their roof the same. And likewise, oh no, I don't mess with him like that. I do not mess with them like that. But what I do is I look for the individual who like unto me. Did I find it in my household? No. But I found one that I believe, and the reason why I found that one, because sometimes I'll be like, I don't know, I don't think so about this person. I might, a year later, I might say, I don't know about this. But what it was showing me is that that individual is still confused for the purpose of why he is here. And I learned that his mission, his first mission was to come down to represent Yah as a shield for me. See, did I know that? Somewhat I did, to be honest. But with that said, if that same shield can switch up and go into a situation where it's time for it to be moved for the purpose of what Yah's next level is in this thing. And it's okay because this person's still going to not go into the world. Nope, this person don't look like they going into the world, but this person look like they just in space somewhere, knowing that you can tell the person knows that, and it's a son. He knows that he's here, but he knows it's some connection to me, but he can't seem to understand the fullness. So he's more so humbled as he came here, very humbled. He come here humbled. His wife comes showing me these pictures, and I keep getting all these pictures. I got 8 pictures. I'm gonna show them to y'all tomorrow. 8 pictures of this baby, and I keep telling them this baby didn't come here to play with y'all. I don't know why people ain't getting that, because they in the world. This baby ain't coming here to play with you. This baby got a mission. When that baby, everything about the baby, when y'all see the look and how he looks, and when he's moving, and when he's look, you're gonna say, he ain't playing. Y'all, if you see how this baby be looking, newborn baby, you'll say, oh no, something wrong with this. This baby ain't playing, is he? No, he's not. He's not here to play. He ain't come here. And I try to tell my oldest daughter, your baby daughter, she ain't coming here to play with y'all. And what they don't even understand what that means. They don't even understand what that means. So I let them not understand. That means that baby ain't here on y'all behalf. So y'all can just go on, teach it and lead it and use your AI to raise it, and your whatever that G8, whatever that P, whatever, and your Google and your TikTok and your Facebook and your Twitter, because that's what they do. These young people use all that to raise the kids. And they forsake even anything that told them, let the elderly women teach the young ones. Y'all didn't even understand. How could they teach them when they have not even been taught? You see? Their identity was robbed. They was robbed of their identity, their natural identity. You see? So therefore, if you are robbed of what heaven's created you to be, how can you be anything outside of nothing? Because you ain't wrapping around what he created you to be and have. He gave you dominion and ruler as a oneness with man. Man took that, so you didn't have no way to rule and have dominion over your house unless you were doing it and letting men have their way. That's how men enter into a lot of these little boys, their own grandson, their own sons and their daughters raping them. And no one said a word. You think I didn't know it, didn't you? Oh, the father schooled me good since I was young. Oh, he been schooling me. I ain't crazy. No, I ain't gonna even say I'm crazy. I ain't gonna even add that. I'm nowhere near that. But I'm just still saying. See, y'all be thinking somebody just talking out of they rectum. Your words are only spoken out of your rear end. Okay? Mine spoken in spirit and truth. Lay down that truth. That type of truth that heaven sees everything and knoweth. So when he's telling me that everyone is speaking to someone, that's a good thing for me, because it teaches me how the terror and the weak, those that are speaking to the terror, speaking to the terror. Those that are speaking to the weak is speaking to the weak. Those that are speaking to the serpent seed is speaking to the serpent seed. Those that are speaking to the spiritual ones are spiritual ones. And see, this is where people are getting mixed up. And that's why I say, if you're mixed up still after you've been falling, Sister Deborah, it's time for you to swoop the coop. Let me get your tail on out of here. Go on somewhere and sit down. Because you should know which side of the fence you're on by now. Okay? And that is the fence of the Most High Yah. Because I haven't given you nothing but that. But see, what happened is a lot of power come out of what you say. And it's the type of power that carries that sword. And it comes to bring conviction to where you have to check yourself. What everything Sister Deborah is saying. You got to measure yourself. But look at me. I have to measure myself with everything the Father tells me. Okay? Apply it to yourself first, Deborah, before you teach it to them. You see? I like that. Because it allowed me to judge myself daily in a way that Yah wants me to judge myself. You see, that's showing you he don't think Sister Deborah got no perfect in her. She ain't all perfect and all sinless. No, he's not saying that. He said, judge yourself daily, that no man may judge you. He's telling you to take that spirit of him in you that's resting your spirit and judge your ugly self on the outside. He's letting us know that. So we cannot be judged by others, because the spirit that's greater in us judging us first and foremost. So he judged you. You have to take what the spirit giving you, dissect it, see what part it's trying to show you, and then speak it to others. Take it and apply it to yourself in the order in which it could be speaking to you, and then you can apply it to others. Okay? So he said everyone is speaking to someone. Okay? And that is so true. People have gone right back out in the world. They have gone right back to the same vomit, and they want you to think that they're comfortable and they're happy. They just all turning back to where they originally belong. That's all, y'all. It's not something that we as spirit and truth and light should bother them regarding. Let people go back to their vomit. Stop trying to get them to come over to the side of the light. Because in this day, if they're not at that light, it ain't nothing you can say, do, think, or feel that's going to cause them to wake up and turn toward the light in which you walk in. You can't even live the light in spirit and truth and think that the terror is going to drop what they doing and come over back to the wheat. It's over, y'all. It's just that bad. It's really bad. Okay. All melanated needs to stop. Oh, all people that are melanin needs to stop thinking that everybody fall under the category equally and the same. You don't. Because I'm not going to call it Africa, but I'm going to call it ham. It's something somewhere that people just don't understand. You just can't mix them all together and say they all the same because we are all melanated. No, you can't. Because I'm going to tell you something. Ham is claiming reparations. Ham is claiming being the holy ones. Ham is claiming everything out of the order of righteous. While Israel and Judah sitting around here chasing their tails in this world. But it's okay for them to chase their tails. because in Israel and in Judah is the remnant. So don't think not coming for his remnant. Oh yes, he's coming for his remnant. Okay, when it all said and done, everybody just don't understand. He ain't never came for all of nothing. He only did what he always done, is come for what belonged unto him. Okay, so there are many, he say, all African hams are on websites trying to get involved in all of this chaos, and they're not trying to get in it to make you think that they're on your side. It appeared to it. They want to get into this racial stir up, and it's a lot of racial stir up coming out of Ham, portraying to be, let me get it right, Israel and Judah. Ham is portraying to be Israel and Judah, all based on melanin. Okay? Another thing, the Father says, you all be careful. Many of them are standing in the way. And they are the ones that's placed there. They are placed there to try to get racial stir up. Okay? I explained to y'all that the Father already then charged Satan and his crew. He's charged Satan, so Satan then charged his crew that they are limited in the end days to Israel and Judah, especially Judah that's really scattered in America. They are limited. So their thing is they're not going to come after Judah. All they have to do is get the ignorant Europeans in this country to do it, and they're doing an excellent job. And when they go in, when Europeans don't trust them or think that they're on your side, you ain't on your side. Because if you're not on your side, you out there on your own side. You ain't on the righteous side. You over here in the dark side, portraying that's the side. You see? But he's saying that they are, that's who they're going to use to key in all of this racial kingdom against kingdom, nation against nation. And it's starting even in your own household between spiritual and serpent seed, starting from your household. See, everybody thought it was just going to be the racial and blacks against whites and Orientals and all these Mexicans, and everybody thinking it's coming from a race of people. No, it's coming from what's in your spirit already. Hate. It's that hate in Genesis 3 and 15 that you're going to see in Matthew chapter 24 and verse 7. That's the hate, y'all. Do you know that hate is greater than the hate of black and white or any other nationalities, Mexican, Orientals? That's the greatest hate. And that's what the European is going to display. They're going to display their true identity. It's been started. Those who never understood white supremacists and how the system of this country has created these white supremacists, this KKK, this skinhead, and they placed them in the place of prisons and in the place of authorities as policemen and police department, FBI, and all of that. They're placed in there. That's why you don't see them out representing skinheads and KKK and white supremacists, because they're in certain systems that still play the same role. So he wants Judah to understand that this is where you see nation against nation and kingdom against kingdom. He first wants you to understand nation against nation means people against people, people against high authority and low authority, people who are of this race and that race. These people are of their own race. People are in your own household, your own babies, your own mother and father. He said this is what's taking place, and everybody has bypassed it because they thought that it was something that they have to totally see on the outside of their household. He said, no, the kingdom against kingdom and the nation against nation starts in your house. And then on the outside, where you see it in the society. Okay, the elite's going to stand back on it, and they're just going to let the ones that they know is capable of getting it fired up, which is Europeans. Okay, they're going to get it fired up, not knowing that they're going to cause their children and their grandchildren and their great-great-grandchildren to lose their living, not only on this side of living, but on the other side of death. And themselves. So they have no idea they're going up against. When you go up against Judah, you're going up against the apple of Yah's eye. Now, where's the apple? Just the apple of Yah's eye is who and what they're going up against, and they have no idea. The apple is the remnant that belongs to the Father. If you come after Judah, then you subject to come after the apple part that is in Judah. If you come after Israel as the true children of Abraham, you're subject to come after the apple of the Father's eye. That's why I said, don't mess with me. I tell you, don't mess with me. I always thought when there'd be a day when I'd be able to say that to my family, but I don't need to. They know it's something about me. They already know it. And they don't come my way. They don't bother me in no shape, form, or fashion. They already know. I'm just not that one. And the Father know I ain't got no sense too. Oh, please don't go there. Okay. So, this is where they're going to mess up at, is because when they come after that apple eye, you're going to get whooped. If you think Yah did not fight every battle for David, every battle for Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, every battle for Moses, every battle for Joshua, every battle for Daniel, if you don't think Yah fought every battle, you about to see him fight a battle you ain't never seen before. And come after that small remnant. See, Ham can sit around here and say that they are the remnant because they're melanin. And that's what a lot of people are doing over in different continents and countries. They're claiming it and naming it. Africa is right here today. Over there, Ham proclaiming that the United States owed them reparation for slavery. And they the ones son Judah to the hands of the Europeans. And they go stand and talk about they entitled to. You see how sick? And if you really read it, you can hear Ethiopian. And you can hear Ham, how much trouble they're in. But they don't want to teach that. They want you to teach who they are in Black history. How are you going to teach Black history when there's no such thing as Black in America? We are a people. We are not Black. Do we look the color of my dress? So why is it the ignorance of a people call themselves Black still wants to title themselves with a history called Black? So therefore, you're going to have to go back to Ham. You see how ignorant you are? But they don't get that because he was called Black. So therefore, you would have to go back to him, his bloodline. When you stand in this country and expect this country to teach your history, they didn't taught it to you. And you believed it. They even call you Black and you still stupid because you still believe it. Whatever they teach you, you believe it. So what's the sense of teaching the rest of the country Black history when the history starting with the first word Black? What does that say about Judah? Didn't I tell you they gone? See, they don't think. They are people that don't think. And this is why they never came to the conclusion that why we are going through what we're going through is because we are the people, not they are ours. We own this and we the true Jews and they got our land. See, they focus on all the wrong things outside of focusing at home on how we disrespect Jacob's Yah. We totally disrespect Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob's Yah, and stand here today still with less than 6% still claiming to be Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the fullness of ignorance. So this young man that passed away, the father told me that, not passed away, that was charged. This shows you the level of Europeans that's ready to battle. Because if don't get it bent thinking they are the strangers and they are for you and they are with you, they are against you. Because when this issue with this young man took place, this is when the Europeans in this country should have stood up. Okay? Instead, they came out to identify we would never support you all. The support comes in where you see a young man who made a choice to defend himself because of what was brought on him, what he was dealing with. He was a child, a young teenager, so he wasn't considered an adult. He made a choice to defend himself. And like they say, the tapes wasn't seen that it was more than just one after him. So his defense, him defending himself with a knife, was legit if more than one, or he was feared for his life by more than one in the midst, anywhere near him, more than one, that would cause him to pull his knife, then he had every just reason. This is the tape that they said that they would refuse to let anyone see. So it shows you that the United States is waiting for the foot of Yah in their tail end. They're waiting for it. So all the guns and the weapons and all the stash they have prepared, your children, your mother, your father, your dad, your who grandma, they're going to die. This is a battle, not between Judah, but between Yah. This is a battle between Yah and Europeans. As the battle with David, which were many. Battle Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and Moses, Daniel, all of them. That's what you all about to go up against. So if you're walking around here, Europeans, and you thinking for 1 minute, which you ain't going to think on, because the Father wants his chosen, appointed, and fully anointed ones to understand they're not going to buckle. They're going to go out like the war and the battle of this country is in their hand. And they think the greatest war is the opportunity to take Judah out because the elites got them food. See, they didn't tell them that we ain't going to put our hands on them because, hey, we've been charged not to put on, but we know who would. We're going to let y'all stupid tails that we've been running all these years, we're going to leave it up to y'all to do it. That's the ignorance of them. You see the stupidity in them? They don't have the sense to really figure that out, to grip the truth of that. You see? So I wanted to say that even with the young man and what he did was making that choice. If it was between him and the guy, he should have used his hand and not something that's going to cause someone to lose their life or be hurt in a way due to a weapon. But what they did not tell you all is it's more than one. So when you are, it's like a cat. You can put a cat in the corner. He don't mind going in the corner, but don't put him in there. Don't put him in the corner and surround him. That's it. He gonna come out and you gonna be hurt. Okay? So if this young man was put in a corner where there's more than one coming after him and he had to bring something out for defense, then that shows you that The Europeans been waiting. They've been wanting something to happen to this young man. Now, I will say this. It's the starter of what Yah is about to do. When they think it's about them sending a statement and showing that we're going to lock him up, and look at the years that they gave him versus every European white young man his age, then killed, went in school and shot up, and now one of them got as many years as they put on this young man. I want to let Judith know, all that's taking place in this country, it's okay. When you are in spirit and truth in the light, you understand this is the will of the Father. This is Yah. That's what I be telling y'all when, if he asks me in the wilderness, what is it I see it? I tell him, quick, this is you, Father. This is you. Because I'm saying this is a part of his right hand stepping in finna do something. And I ain't finna go up on that, you see? So all Europeans that's out there, all countries that falls under the European, you're in trouble. Not just this country, but you all are in trouble. It's because all the elites are going to use you on the front line. They already done used you all these years on the front line while they stay back up in the corner. And now they're going to not only use you to put on the front line, those is on the second line is going to be used to be their shield. So you're going down either or. You're going down on the first line or you're going to go down on the second one. Sister Deborah going to have to go because she has to pull out and head out to the funeral. And you all, I say unto you, I hope you have a blessed Sabbath, because I'm going to take advantage of seeking Yah all day in my spirit. I'm not going to let up because I'm going into the world. Honestly, that's how I see it. Okay, so I say unto you all, keep your Sabbath. Do something that has to do with Yah revealing something to you this very Sabbath day. Respect it in a way that you gain something, so he can give you something that you didn't have before. And I, Sister Deborah, say that I should and I will be back tomorrow. Shalom and shalom.